Resuming debate, the Honourable Member for Scarborough Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is a new day for Canadian families, Mr. Speaker, and it is a true privilege to rise in this House to speak in favour of the government's budget. This is a budget that finally gives middle-class families and those working hard to join them a long overdue helping hand. My riding of Scarborough Centre is a community of hard-working middle-class families. We are a diverse community hailing from all corners of the world, all proud Canadians working hard to provide a better life for our children. We are not afraid of hard work in Scarborough. Mr. Speaker, we know that to put in an honest day's work to provide your family is a noble thing. It is the responsibility our parents taught us and that we are working hard to instill in our children. But far too long, middle-class families have gone without a raise. They have watched their rent go up and groceries get more expensive while their paychecks never keep up. We value hope and hard work. But, Mr. Speaker, we also believe that hard-working middle-class families deserve a little help from their government. And after a decade in the dark, finally middle-class families have a government that is listening. The first thing this government did was to lower taxes for 9 million middle-class families, and Budget 2016 builds on that investment in our middle class by introducing the Canada Child Benefit. Unlike the program of the previous government, which sent checks to millionaires that don't need the help, this government's Canada Child Benefit is targeted to those families that need help the most. Low and middle income families will receive more benefits under this program, and it won't be clawed back when they file their taxes. The program is simpler, with families able to count on a single payment every month, and it is more generous, with eligible families seeing an average annual increase of $2,300. Families with less than $30,000 will receive the maximum benefit, and 9 out of 10 families will see an increase in benefits. Best of all, Mr. Speaker, thanks to this investment, 300,000 fewer children will be living in poverty by 2016-2017 compared to 2014-2015. For the many families in my riding where both parents are working just to keep up with the cost of living, the Canada Child Benefit provides much needed relief. Combined with this budget's infrastructure investments in early learning and childcare, parents can sleep more soundly at night knowing their children's future are a little more secure. Invariably, though, Mr. Speaker, our children grow up. As a mother, I unfortunately see this myself. It is sometimes hard to accept my 2 boys are now teenagers getting ready to go to university. And soon after that, they will be entering the workforce. I worry about the opportunities that will be there for them and if they will have the chance to succeed to their potential. My husband and I have been saving for our son's education, and I'm lucky to have a job that will make it a little easier to send them off to school. But not all families have that opportunity. The cost of post-secondary education has been escalating dramatically for years. We are saddling our children with crippling debt just as they try to begin their adult lives. I believe there is no better investment a government can make than in our young people. The dollars we invest in post-secondary education will come back to the public coffers many times over as today's confident and dynamic students become tomorrow's innovators and job creators. But first, we need to give our youth a fair chance at success. And with Budget 2016, we are giving Canada's youth that opportunity. The budget increases the size of Canada's student grants to help students from low and middle income families cope up with the rising cost of post-secondary education. With assistance of $1.53 billion over 5 years, students from low income families will now be eligible for non-repayable grants of up to $3,000 annually, an increase of 50%. The government is also expanding eligibility for the Canada Student Grants Program to help even more students receive non-repayable assistance and to not unfairly burden recent graduates just beginning their careers or looking for that important first job just out of school. The budget also raises the loan repayment threshold under the Canada Student Loans Program Repayment Assistance Plan to ensure that no student will have to begin repaying their Canada Students Loan until they are earning at least $25,000 per year. Helping with post-secondary education is only part of the puzzle. Though, Mr. Speaker, Canada has a youth unemployment rate that is stubbornly above the national average. Too many young people are graduating from university and having trouble finding that all-important first job, or indeed any job. They are staying in or returning to their parents' homes longer, delaying beginning their own families as they struggle to begin their professional lives. Our government recognizes this challenge, and with Budget 2016, we are taking concrete actions. We are investing an additional $165.4 million in 2016-17 for the Youth Employment Strategy, and another $105 million over 5 years in youth service to help young Canadians to gain valuable work and life experience. As well, with support of $73 million over 4 years for the Post-Secondary Industry Partnership and Cooperative Placement Initiative, more young Canadians will have access to co-op placements and work-integrated learning opportunities to help them land that important first career-oriented job even sooner. We must give our youth the skills to compete in the economy of the future, but we must also ensure our economy is built on a solid foundation. That means investing in our infrastructure. Businesses will not grow and invest in Canada and hire Canadians if we don't have the infrastructure to ensure their employees can get to work and their goods can get to the market. When we talk about deficits, Mr. Speaker, and I know we will in this debate, we cannot forget the infrastructure deficit. This is the delayed investment in our crumbling infrastructure from highways and transit to ports and sewers. That, according to the Federation of Canadian Municipalities, had reached $123 billion by 2040. We cannot afford to pass this debt on to our future generations. And failing to address it puts our future economic prosperity at risk. This government is not afraid to act, though. Mr. Speaker, with Budget 2016, our government is tackling this infrastructure deficit with an historic investment of more than $120 billion over 10 years. The investment includes $3.4 billion to upgrade and improve public transit systems in Canada. My own community of Scarborough is underserved by higher order transit, and this investment will allow my constituents to get to work more quickly and then back home to their families. And with $3.4 billion over 5 years for social infrastructure, our government is finally moving to address the affordable housing crisis in this country. Too many people in Toronto are seeing most of their paychecks going to rent, leaving them to make hard choices when it comes to putting food on the table and investing in their children's future. Affordable housing must become a priority in this country. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, but certainly not least, please allow me to talk about Canada's seniors. These are citizens that have worked hard all their lives. They helped build Canada into one of the greatest countries in the world. We owe it to them to ensure they have the opportunity to retire with the dignity and security that they have earned and that they deserve. But I know too many seniors in my riding for whom their dream of a secure and dignified retirement is just that, a dream. Too many seniors are finding it more and more difficult to cope with the rising cost of living on a fixed income. More and more seniors are living in poverty, and this is a shame that should not be acceptable in a country like Canada. This budget takes immediate action to help our most vulnerable seniors by increasing the guaranteed income supplement top-up benefit for single seniors to up to $947 annually to help lift low-income single seniors out of poverty. This is an investment of some $670 million that will provide improved financial security to about 900,000 single seniors across Canada. We will also restore the eligibility age for old age security and guaranteed income supplement benefits to age 65, a move which will put thousands of dollars back in the pockets of Canadians as they become seniors. And as part of our investments in social infrastructure, Budget 2016 includes an investment of $200.7 million over 2 years to support the construction, repair, and adaptation of affordable housing for seniors to help the many seniors facing challenges in accessible, affordable housing. These are many more good things. There are many more good things in Budget 2016, Mr. Speaker, but by investing in our youth, our seniors, and in middle-class families, this budget presents a blueprint for a better Canada. A Canada where we reward hard work, help those that need a hand, and work to ensure that every Canadian has the opportunity to achieve their potential. Thank you.